The goal was simple: build the cheapest K24-swapped Civic possible. But after months of pinching pennies, having surprise purchases, we finally sat down and added up every single dollar we spent. And honestly, the numbers shocked even us. Do you think we were able to do it within our $1,000 budget? We have finally reached the time in the series where we get to add up all of our spending from our $1,000 K24 swap. And I have to tell you, adding up what you spent on your project car is kind of like counting beers at a barbecue. The math isn't going to make your day any better, but I promised you we'd do it. Let's find out what our $1,000 K-swap actually cost. By far the biggest expense, obviously, was the donor car. We paid $500 for the 2005 Honda Accord K24 5-speed. Mystery mileage, the guy said it's only in like 125, 150,000 miles. I'm not sure. The gauges did not agree with that.
Guy was trying to cast a spell on me, you know, like a wizard or something.
But he says that the gauges were torn out of another car and put in this one. It's hard to tell. Mechanically, it sounds great, so I'm not that concerned about it. It's a Honda. It's going to run forever. What's 250,000 miles, 200,000, whatever. The other necessary purchases were a mount kit. Now, if you've seen in our previous video, we did have to modify the mounts a little bit because we bought the inexpensive eBay $108 or so billet mount kit, but it does not accommodate for a Accord 5-speed transmission. And so we had to move the placement a little bit because the Accord transmission bolts a little different than an RSX 6-speed, but a little bit of welding, and then we did have to pick up the CRV front mount. Another big purchase that we had to get was the fuel pressure regulator because the K24 does not run a return line like the Civic system is built for. So to make it work with the plumbing for the car, we got one with a return and plumbed that up. Thankfully, pretty inexpensive, and it came with some nice do-it-yourself AN lines to get that done. Another thing we needed was a throttle cable because if I would have ran the stock Civic throttle cable, it would have been just tight lined right to it.
Praise.
And we didn't really want that, so we got, a nice longer one where we could route it out of the way. Although we did buy some unnecessary things, we're not going to put those in the official tally because you wouldn't actually need them to do the swap. Obviously, we did things like a little dress-up oil cap. I went with a clean-looking fuel rail that also accepted the AN lines, and then we did the tucked harness because I didn't care for the way the Honda Accord harness worked on here, but honestly, if we would have ran the stock Accord harness, it would have probably saved us a lot of headaches. Along with this, on the car side, we did need to get an eBay adapter harness to go from the K24 to the body harness. Now, I did buy a 2.5-inch exhaust for the car, but realistically, I could have just cut and welded the one from the Civic to meet up with the exhaust from the Accord K24 and made that happen. I'll include that cost under unnecessary because you could get away without doing that. Another bigger expense, I look like Rudolph. I spent all day on the lake yesterday.
My nose, sir?
Just ignore all the redness. Another big expense was the CV axles. You need an axle kit to go from the K24 to the Civic hubs. If they make a nice inexpensive one on eBay, you do have to do a little bit of work with the axles to make them fit this transmission. I showed that in the video doing that, so just make sure if you're just catching this video, catch the whole playlist. We go through everything start to finish, from pulling the Civic motor to pulling the Accord motor and getting everything fit up. If you want to run your stock Civic gauges, you also need to pick up a little coolant temp sensor that fits in here where the idle air assist valve was. And then that you can just wire into your factory harness. And then also, we did put an electric fan up here. You can't really tell it, it's a pusher. Thankfully, I don't have an upper mount in, so you can kind of see right there. This is the Civic half-core radiator. We just moved it over to this side, made our own little mounts, and then somehow lucked out where we were able to use the Civic radiator hoses. The lower, we just had to trim a little bit, but the upper, literally fit right in there. And this thing is like sturdy even without an upper mount, but we're gonna get that taken care of. Now, our little Honda is a long ways from done. The K24 was just the striking point to get this build going. We're going to do a few things. We bought an RBC intake manifold. We're going to get that in there. It's going to clean up the engine bay. Nice, clean looking intake manifold. We are going to have to make the intake pipes fit that better. We got to finish up mounts on the radiator support, but I'm just going to build that. So it's going to be basically free. I'll just use some scrap metal. The car is going to also undergo a bunch of cosmetic modifications. I ordered a new front lip. We obviously have to do something with these headlights. I want to do a different grille, paint the wheels, and we have already kind of teased it before, but we are going to do a crazy Y2K style paint job on this, like an early 2000s import tuner cover car paint job with, you know, days worth of airbrushing on this on top of a wild chameleon color. So in the next few videos, we're going to go through what it took to go from our first drive where we had a few problems
that's not bad.
to a good running K24, what we did to diagnose our problems and solve them, solve a little hiccup with the shifter and a few other things. And then we're going to dive straight into cosmetic modifications. We are going to make this thing look awesome. Just lowering and getting that done was a big help, but we need to paint these wheels, prime the car, do the body work, and get it ready for that paint job. Now, we could have totally wound up with just using the stock Accord shifter, and a lot of people think I should have done that, but I just want to bring a, you know, a nice tight shifter, a little pizzazz to the interior of the car, because on these early 90s, I like them kind of like you would have done back in the day. So until you can afford to do a whole reupholster job, you just kind of have simple modifications on the inside. So we're going to do a nice stereo, get rid of this plain Jane Pioneer, probably something that the flip out, we'll put a system in the back, but we want to keep it pretty just clean, but a little bit of flash, some LED lights in here, like you would have had when you were in high school. My wife got me this closet freshener because of that rat problem we had in the last video. That being said, billet shifter will go in the unnecessary spending of this budget. Let's go over the final spending. I got it written down, and we're gonna let you know exactly what the whole thing costs. Starting with the Accord donor car, we spent $500. And then we needed the K20 intermediate shaft, $54. CVs, oh, let's look at, I gotta put that metal clamp on the boot before we throw that off. $192 for CVs. The mount kit, $108. The CRV mount, $23. Fuel pressure regulator with hoses, $71. The conversion harness that goes to the Honda body, $41. Throttle cable from Hybrid Racing, $32. Temperature sensor, $11. And the electric fan, $17. If you're quick with math, before we give you the final amount spent on everything, I think we should do another giveaway. Let's do another one off the website, Terra-SharkTV. Go on there, check out what we have. If anybody wants anything, use code subscriber to get 10% off. Check out, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Shirts starting at like $21, going up to like 30, hoodies, all sorts of cool stuff. We're gonna do, in honor of this, we'll do the Just a Little 4-cylinder shirt, and it's got a K-swapped EK on the back. Drop a comment below, live in the lower 48 of the United States, and you're in. That's all it takes. Completely free. It'll be sized to the winner. We'll do a live drawing for it, just like we do every time. This video, and we'll do the next also. Just a Little 4-cylinder, EK, K24. Drop a comment below. Tell me that my sunburn's ridiculous. Tell me that the car is slow. Tell me that you miss the golden era of imports. God, I hope I can get this thing painted up and in time for Nopi, Florida, but we will see what happens. Drop a comment. That's $1,049 spent on necessities. But we sold the D16 out of the Civic for $250, and we scrapped the Accord. Could have got more, but I like to use the same scrap guy. He comes and picks his stuff up from my house. $60 for the Accord, putting us down to $739 spent just for the basics to get this thing going. Now, we can talk about odds and ends, things that are going to be like heater core hoses, hose clamps, vacuum line. We can add another $60 for that, just to be fair, and that lands us at $799 for our $1,000 K24 swap. That's $799 out of pocket just to get a K24 in my EK Civic. That's kind of awesome. I actually thought we were going to be like in that 1,050 range after selling stuff. But just to show you can do this, I just found the car on Marketplace. It wasn't somebody I knew. I had the EK with a bad motor, still got $250 for it with transmission. You can do this, people. The deals are still out there. You just gotta be willing to put in the work. Time to talk unnecessary spending. I decided to do a valve cover gasket. We did the harmonic balancer gasket. Those were $34 for gaskets. Mugen neochrome oil cap, $16. Carbon coil cover, $25. Tucked harness. Look at that guy. Goes right under there and disappears. Tucked harness, $76. Grommet for the shift cables, $12. Mugen shift knob, big Mugen guy, $16. Shifter, now I'm so glad we found this for 116 bucks. It goes right to the stock Accord cables in there. Works like a charm, nice and tight.
Yes, you are tight like a tiger.
Our 2.5-inch God's Now, God's Snow exhaust, $193. And last, just because I wanted the hood clearance and didn't really feel the need to have power steering, the idler with the belt, $44. Take a minute for you to finish up your math on that. Unnecessary spending, $532. Don't tell my wife. She's not gonna watch this anyways, right? So that puts us at $532 unnecessary, $799 necessary. It's kind of crazy how fast the spending goes on the things you don't need versus, like, we almost spent as much as we did getting the car going as we did on things that just flash it up a little bit and make it feel personal. But that's what building cars is all about, is having it be personal, or at least that's how it used to be. Total spent $799, $532, $1,331 for a K24 with a header, full exhaust, billet shifter in my EK Civic. Drop a comment below and let me know where you thought we were actually going to land on this one. I'm honestly surprised. Honestly surprised. Hit that subscribe button. In the next video, we are going to go over where we left off in the last one, where the car had driven, but it had a few problems. We're going to go over exactly what it took to get running using our new dealer level diagnostic computer, a far cry from our little Craftsman OBD2 scanner that we were using. And we are going to get this car running right. We're going to tell you what we had to do to get it done. And be sure to see us there, because we'll live draw for that. Somebody can get a shirt for doing nothing other than typing comments on YouTube. Can't get easier than that. Peace. So the way I pulled this off, sorry, let me get my dong out of the way so you don't have to look at it.